I don't really get the idea of wanting to be remembered after I'm gone. It's a sentiment I've seen prevalent in a lot of media, and is echoed by celebrities, YouTubers, books, and I guess in general people a lot. I don't get it. I live for the here and now, and I want to work enough to eat and live without being a burden to anyone else around me. If I can make someone laugh during that process, then that's great. If I can genuinely help people, whether it be with actual advice or just with comedy, then that's a wonderful byproduct, and I'm not doing it for a legacy. Legacy is a term which I think is a load of crap, at least when you're still alive. Going out of your way in life to form a legacy seems like a backwards way of handling things. A legacy is something you make out of your actions, it's not something you actively create. Thinking, what am I going to be remembered for, is like asking, what can I do to make myself look good in the future? Instead, perhaps, don't need to actively go out of your way to seem like a good person and just be a good person. I couldn't care less about how I'll be viewed after I die. Not because I think I'll be forgotten or have never mattered to anyone, I just couldn't care less because I don't live in the future. Obviously, like everyone else on Earth, I do appreciate praise and dislike being disliked, but being viewed as a good guy doesn't register as something I have to worry about. It should just happen as long as you get your mental disorders properly medicated and treated. Seriously, get medicated. I can't recommend it enough. For 20 years I heard people talk shit about medication, and then I finally tried it, and then life was livable, and it made me realize how easy neurotypical people have it. Relative. You know what's a bizarre thought? Assuming I don't get shafted by YouTube for being outwardly LGBT, my stuff has probably not received even 10% of the attention it eventually will. That Project Wingman video I made last year might get to 100,000 views someday, and frankly, it deserves it. I mean, this could age horribly, of course, but assuming I don't get run over tomorrow, I don't think it's unreasonable to accept it as a very real possibility. I hate to sound sure of myself, because typically creators, well, frankly, see more return on their work than I have. Well, actually, wait, no, that's not even true. I'd ballpark that most small creators see maybe 1,000 subs in their first proper year, and I've gotten 3 times that. It's hard to properly gauge myself against others because, well, on YouTube you only see the big success stories, the Martincino Pants, the Seths, the Mandalores, the Geo Wizards, the 3000 Lux Phillip. Except, gotcha, all of those people have been at it for over half a decade, if not double that. Except Martincino Pants. That guy, I don't know. Regardless, it's been 3 years since his debut, so it's not really a fair comparison. If YouTube channels had viewable stat histories, this would be so much fucking easier to compare, but of course not, and Social Blade doesn't go back more than like 2 weeks. Another thing which skews the data further is that, believe it or not, people delete their old cringy videos when they get popular. Crazy, I know. I'll probably end up unlisting mine eventually too, but for now I'm happy to keep them up as a memoir and historical preservation of like 16 or 17-year-old me. Maybe they'll get added to the secret Cassius video archive, I don't know. This isn't related, but I'd want it to be known that the program I write my scripts in just put the red squiggly "you spelled this wrong, dumbass" alert underneath my own fucking name. I think it's pretty natural to wonder where you'll end up, and who you'll be come the release of Republic Commando Remastered, or, in other words, where you'll be in 20 years. Ugh, that one hurt. Anyway, where will I be when my hourglass has seeped another 10 years of grains? I don't know! Hopefully a much better person than I am now. I speculate on the future to keep myself hopeful, and I make sure not to live in the future, constantly wondering how my current actions will shape it. This is a little ironic considering this is a recording, but I live in the right now, and I would recommend everyone else to do the same. I might be a bit colored thanks to a truly wonderful and happy childhood, but also don't live in the past. There is nothing good to come from there. Only PTSD, misery, and depression. And honestly, I think this might even be true even if you did have an actually good childhood. Though, obviously I can't speak for that. Hopefully one thing I'll have gotten better at is pacing myself. I'm still kind of a mess even when medicated, and though I've been improving myself recently, it's been hard for each day not to fall into playing Stellaris for 6 hours and procrastinating over nothing for the rest. Maybe I'll get writing finally sussed and sorted. I really do enjoy writing, and it feels very satisfying to finally be able to call myself a writer after my mother poo-pooed the idea at the age of like 11. Currently my pastimes are writing for videos, writing for a tabletop game, and writing for Redacted. That being said, I definitely haven't mastered script writing. Right now, writing scripts makes me feel like I'm a conductor on a train with a completely unknown amount of track ahead. If I don't see the lack of track in time, the train might suddenly derail and the video will end completely abruptly.